Well, one of the things about ScienSonic, about me and ScienSonic, is that I want to create a world really from scratch, you know, in every aspect, every way that I can. I want the look to be distinctive. I want the sound to be distinctive. The way we market it is distinctive. I'm fussy about these details because I feel like I'm doing this, I'm putting all this energy and money into it, so I want it to be my way. I want people to look at this and say, this is ScienSonic. This is not just a template that all these other websites are using, or CD Baby or something. I want them to feel like they're entering everything's different here. This is a different world, because that's the kind of music we're trying to make. So, you know, getting back to Maria Schneider, she was a pioneer with this, what you call crowdfunding, through Artist Share with these participant offers. And a lot of people have jumped on that bandwagon. I don't think very many of them have had the success with it that she has, because she's built a very strong brand, if you want to use the marketing language. So I looked at that, and then of course you got Kickstarter and these other things. And I looked at this and I said, okay, we should do something like this. But I don't want to enter the Kickstarter world or the artist share. I want it to be the ScienSonic world. So therefore, again, it's a lot of work creating this whole giant thing from scratch. So we created these memberships. And I like the idea of the memberships because it's not specific to an album or project. It's about entering the world and finding a home in that world. So these memberships exist at, half a dozen levels. And those participant offers on Artist Share are at different levels too. But here you're joining the laboratory, so now you're kind of becoming a part of this family, and it's not about this album or this album. And when you join, everybody, even at the very lowest level, which is cheap, it's cheap. Even at that lowest level, you get a CD and you get into the Sound of the Month Club. And that's a lot of fun, because I know everybody in here's been staring at this thing. This laboratory I have, it's full of unbelievable instruments that I've spent a lifetime seeking out and repairing and composing for. And so I've started this Sound of the Month Club as part of the membership thing, and every month, here we are in the laboratory, I've got my lab coat on. Here's this instrument we're going to talk about this month, and here's how it works, and here's the history of it. Here's how it was made, and there's always some crazy story about how I got it or whatever, and I demonstrate it, and you see it's got this funny little mechanism here, and look how it does this and that. And then we say, here's how we've used it in a piece. We're going to play you a couple of clips. Here's one of our latest recordings, and we'll show you a little clip of how this slide saxophone or whatever fits into this composition. You know, we'll play you this little snippet. And it's really a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that more people will get involved in this, because we're working hard to, you know, a lot of people say that adventurous music is elitist, or, you know, I hear a lot of this stuff, well, those people don't care about their audience or something, and that's baloney. Most of that is coming from people that are afraid to approach the music. And so it's easier to just say that it's unapproachable. It's not accessible. I hate that word. Our music is accessible. The doors are flung open. If you go to our website, you look at our mission statement, there's all this stuff about it. You don't have to have a degree or know anything about music. This is not for the initiated. This is for anyone who is willing to come on in. You know, the water's fine. So the Sound of the Month Club is just another way of doing that. It's another way of bringing people in and saying, look, you know, we make this crazy music with crazy stuff like that. And look how it works. And, you know, 18-inch bell, and talk about the whole history of it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you can go to www.ScienSonic.net. I didn't want to have .com, because I didn't like the sound of that. So we made it .net. And when you buy a CD or something, you don't put it in the shopping cart, you put it in the transporter. And it's got a little icon there that's like this little crazy outer space thing, and you click on that and you put your thing in the transporter. See, we're trying to think of every angle with this stuff. So it's ScienSonic.net, and ScienSonic is spelled ScienSonic. So all of the ScienSonic CD covers have artwork by Richard Powers, who was an incredible artist who did many, many, many science fiction book covers in the 50s and 60s. Highly abstract, very different from the pulp look that came before it, and very influential for me as a young man looking at these things. And it really changed my way of thinking about music. You know, I feel like a lot of the music I do now results from my exposure to this artwork. So now I've come to be a friend of the family, and we have an agreement with the family, so we use this artwork on all our CD covers, and for me, Scott Robinson.